Playing as Sunny in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a character that is usually discussed in a bad way and not in a good way. Good in a minority sense, that people like the character in some way and try to justify his gameplay and cope with it, which I can understand to a certain degree because they love the character, they want to play the character, they want to have fun with it. There's some things I think they need to rework. So one thing I want to talk about is his base stats. This character is essentially very interesting because he's got 15 toughness, which means his health is very low, the lowest in the game. And also he has 15 stealth, which I also think is the lowest in the game. So I don't know how we can have those two stats very low on a character that is based on a stealth playstyle. And I say stealth playstyle initially because when you pick up this character, he has a hearing ability. Press your ability, you see sound indicators. Round and far, depending on the upgrades and such, it will affect it. And those sound indicators showcase the auras of what's occurring. Teammates, enemy, in white. If you have all-knowing level 3, it shows red or blue or whatever color to signify or signal the actual aspect of a good teammate, friendly teammate, or bad enemy. Like evil enemy trying to kill you. You can find the difference there. Is it that necessary? Not really. It's a cool, nice little gimmick. But the colors only change on the way those signals pop out. Those sound indicators. Which I do think there needs to be some changes with that ability in itself. So if they don't want to rework the character in general and give him a whole new ability, the first thing I would say, that ability at level 3 with all-knowing should actually provide information to himself by giving outlines. Same way Cook is able to give outlines to his teammates, but in this case, he gets the outlines for himself, and then he can call out through voice comms or using the text chat and giving that information to his teammates. They can actually see the outline of a character on the enemy to know where they're pointing towards, so they can give that information. So that's very important. I think that's enjoyable mechanic for Sunny, and Sunny will actually enjoy that. It makes Sunny a better character. Yes, maybe not the best, but it will make him very useful, to say the least. Knowing that difference. I'm waiting for my teammates to open the doors right now, because they still got a med on me. But I do have high proficiency right now, because I upgrade my proficiency and my endurance on the character to help with that survivability, because if I get hit, I get killed because of low HP. So having more ability to move around the map is very important to me. So let's go over here. And another thing I would say, that his base stats don't make sense for his ability, and just changing that in some way would be interesting. Like, maybe you can justify having low HP while having a hearing ability like this. But I expect my character to have high stealth, high proficiency, and high endurance. Not high strength on a character that has low toughness. It doesn't really connect, doesn't really make sense to me. But maybe the idea is that you can keep them surviving in some way. Very interesting. Did she actually fall for the door being closed? She poisoned items. She's running herbalist. Okay, good to know. And the other thing I would suggest, maybe reworking the character in general. I think he needs rework through base stats, as we just suggested. Highlighting different base stats can make it much more interesting. Sunny being the fastest is not an issue. I don't mind that. I think with it being stealth-like and fast at the same time is a very important thing. And having high proficiency naturally is also important to me on this character. I think it would make sense. Valve has been open, and this door's going to be open too. Can help out. But his main ability, if they don't want to go the hearing ability route, they have to change to something else. Anything else. Because Sunny right now is maybe the least picked victim in the whole game. And even people that defend the playstyle are not playing Sunny. How do you know? Can I pass it? Just made it. Oh, shit! Bloody Batman! We gotta reset. She's right there. Nice, the valve's open already. I won't take it because I just want to keep talking about this character. But the character has like a interesting mechanic, but you can't really use it. There's been high level skill plays trying to use the idea of using his hearing ability to detect enemies as they're close to objectives and then door slam them. Which seems like a good idea to set up door slams instantaneously and have no issues. Is it the best mechanic? I don't know. It's alright. It's just a high skill level play to actually utilize. But changing his abilities to something else might be the better play. To encourage more people to play the character overall. Because you know you see this character die every cutscene in every match. It's just destined to be the case. I think they broke him.
Gotta get out of here.
I think they broke him. Yeah, he's broken. And basement's open too. Nice. Well, Leatherface died. Just died mid-game because of everything being opened. Oh god, that's funny. What? I'm out. I'm out. But yeah, maybe changing his ability to something else is just a smart play. Anything else, honestly. I can't tell you what I will change it to. But right now, base stats being changed is important. Yeah, base stats changing is very important to me. I think that needs to happen just naturally. Instead of me upgrading the character in that way to get those base stats, I think it should just be there from the start. So that you can actually increase those stats further to make the character more potent in that aspect. Which I think is very important. Also, his hero ability does bug out sometimes, which is now the issue with the character, but that doesn't seem like it happens too often. Did she see me? She definitely saw me. She definitely saw me. Oh, she didn't see me! I tried it. I tried it. I'm not gonna win this, am I? That level 5 grandpa, I don't win. I don't win. There we go. I knew it. So, even then, I have high strength at 35, and that's still not enough. That's still not enough. But the character is just, like, built weirdly. That's my only issue with the character. He's just built weirdly. I could have won that if I just jumped down the well. I had pots, I had everything. I could just reset and I could have left at basement earlier. I could have left at Valve earlier too when they weren't defending it. I had many options to leave. But I just want to talk about the character more than anything. I think it's an interesting character. I do want to see more though. How'd you die with half health? It doesn't work. That system doesn't work. And my character has high strength and still lost that. So just keep that in mind. Like, the character just feels really weird in that aspect. I do feel like the ability is pretty good, and if they enhance the all-knowing ability to give him outlines at least, that could make it a better choice for the character, make it more obvious to be a good choice for solo play, and even educating your teammates about where the positioning of enemies are and passing that information, delegating it. It's very important. But even a pro-level scene, that will be a good ability to have on a character, and a very useful one. So Sunny will actually be picked because of that. Other than that, his base stats for health suck. His stealth sucks, which should be increased. And if you increase it, now you got an all well-rounded kit. And it feels really weird because you're not good at anything. Like a jack of all trades, but still shit. So it's like, that's unfortunate. And then, if they change the ability in any way, I cannot even begin to fathom what ability that they change to. But it has to be something fun. Something more engaging, if that's the case. If they don't want to go the stealth hearing route, they can change to something else that's more engaging. Like, what if Sunny can set up traps against the enemies, like how Hitchhiker is able to set up traps, or Sissy is able to put poison out. Maybe Sunny is able to place traps as well, and then his staggers the killers. That would be a fun mechanic. Guess what? That promotes safety, potential stealth opportunities for the character to keep moving forward while having a defense behind him without using bone scraps. That is a better ability already. I can tell you, I would play Sunny every day if you had a mechanic like that. Be able to trap victims. Trap killers. You put the trap down, and a family member goes over it, they get stunned. Same way Hitchhiker does it. Exact same way. We have characters that counter other characters. Why not do this to stagger killers? Which then will stop the situation of getting chased continuously by a sissy player and a hitchhiker all game, and also stop the situation of occurring of a Leatherface with one-shot mechanics. Maybe he steps on the trap and he actually gets hit by it. I think it's a great idea. I think it's a fun mechanic. I don't think anyone's going to complain about it. It creates opportunity to stop pathing from occurring as successfully as possible. And the thing with Sunny, maybe you can't rearm his traps unless you use a bone scrap as well. So you have to get a bone scrap to fix your bone trap that you put down. So Hitchhiker gets for free, he can reset any time. But Sunny has to actually fix his traps himself and put a bone scrap on it in order to fix it. Like, he consumes a bone scrap to fix the trap. And they can trap now family members for not a long time, just like 1 second. That 1 second to 2 seconds of being stunned in a trap and having to interact with that is enough time for a victim to move around and create safety positioning, you know? That is a fun thing. I think that's really cool. Like, really cool to see in the game. That is my early suggestion for Sunny. So, tell me your thoughts in the chat and in the comment section down below. I'd love to know. This is always an interesting discussion to have when we're talking about these type of things. I think it's very interesting. If your mates are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, follow us on Twitch, join the Discord, code Lordy at GameStars for 10% off, and also BTLmerch.com. Show us support, greatly appreciated.